because, as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns, the ones we don't know we don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. You're in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. Okay, that's what we're working with. Hello and welcome. Okay, first things first, let's get into the sound check. Let's do that right now if we can. And of course, yes we can. Let's do that right now if we can. And of course, yes we can. Okay, I like that. I like the balance. It's a good balance. And of course, that's what we seek. A good balance. And I hope, damn, I sound like a Radio 2 disc jockey. Looking for a good balance, and I hope we get the balance right tonight on Boxing Talk with Raphie 363. Damn, sounded like Radio 2 disc jockey. Okay, less said about that, the better. OMG. Okay, so we've done the sound check. That's the first thing in order. And yes, 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 we have our first contestant in the form of Philip Carl Roberts, our man from Wales. Okay, our Welsh correspondent. OMG. Okay, let's get into this. What are we doing? First things first, let's spread the word. Oh, actually, smack that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Hit all of the good buttons. They're all available to you. Okay. Let me just spread this. Let me spread the word. Okay. Okay. What else? What else? Let's grab that. And paste that. Okay, let me see how that works. Let's see if that works. Boom. 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 Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get that to one more location. Uh-oh. What's this here? That's better. Okay. Join us as we discuss paste. Join us as we discuss Errol Spence Dazzles, Benn Sizzles. Yeah. Short and sweet. That'll do nicely. Let's bang that in. Bang it in a couple more locations. Boom. Oh, not there. Yes. Boom. Okay. Boom. 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 Excellente, excellente. Sharing duties complete. Mission accomplished. Okay, let's get into this. Let's have a look over here. Okay, the YouTube seems fine. Let's drop the invitation in from now. Boom. Okay. Okay, so where do we begin? Let's get this thing crack-a-lacking. Let's get straight into it. And allow me to share my screen with you. How's that look? Okay, that looks acceptable. That looks acceptable. Let's pin that. And we're ready to go. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's get straight into it. I hope everyone has had a very nice Easter. For those people who celebrate Easter, I hope you've had a good one. Weather's been pretty good over here. Not as good as previous days, but still very acceptable. Very acceptable. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into this right now. Let me take a little sip of my drink. Damn, okay. So, where do we begin with this one? Okay, so I think it was last week. When we spoke about the fight that was announced by Triller. And it was going to be, hold on, what's this here? What's going on? It was going to be Andreas the Punch Ruiz versus, what's his name? Tyrone Spong. And it was met by incredulity by most, certainly by me. I thought, what the hell's going on here? Tyrone Spong. I think a lot of people had looked at his boxing record but forgot to look at his kickboxing record. And they didn't realize, many didn't realize that some didn't realize that Tyrone Spong had just been knocked out, not in a boxing match, but in a kickboxing match. So you're effectively talking about, hold on, we are live. So you're basically talking about Tyrone Spong. Some didn't realize was coming off a knockout. He didn't knock anybody out. He got knocked out in a kickboxing match recently. So even despite that, regardless of that, in spite of that, I still thought it was a poor matchup. Okay. So as a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, let me see if I can bring up the kickboxing. Tyrone Spong. Last fight. Let's see if we can get that up here. Where is it? Come on, let's go. Let us go. Does Tyrone Spong still fight? Where is it? There's the damn thing that I'm looking for. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, Tyrone Spong, last fight. Okay. Okay, never mind. We'll try and get to that later. Try to remember to get to that later. Hopefully I can bring up the data. You know, the Raphie loves to bring up the data sheet. We are live. Yes, yes, yes. Peace to all in the chat, and in comes the Leon figures. Good to have you up in here, Leon. Okay, so let's look at the article we got. Okay, say a bird in the hand's worth more than two in the bush. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so anyway, we were talking about Andreas the Punch Ruiz fighting Tyrone Spong, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Apparently not. Okay, so the word is that Andy Ruiz is to fight Luis Ortiz in the summer. And you'll remember that was the fight that was being spoken about. As a matter of fact, let me close that down and let me open up. Andy Ruiz Instagram. Let's go there. Let's find the damning evidence. Okay. Let's stop sharing that for a moment and let's start sharing this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so how's that look on your screen? Okay. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so you may recall, where was it? Let's scroll down. Where did he say it? Where's his there is that caption. Okay. Can't see it right there. But the last time we saw Andreas Ruiz with Eddie Reynoso. When's that? Same picture two times? No, different one. Okay. Last time we saw him at Reynoso's was 18 weeks ago. So is Andreas the Punch Ruiz still with Reynoso? When he was last seen 18 weeks ago, when Canelo Alvarez himself says, we haven't seen Andy. We don't see Andy here. I don't know where he is, but he's not in this gym. Okay. 18 weeks ago. Let's come out of that. What the hell's going on here? All right. Forget that. Come out of that too. Okay. But now, previously, Andreas had asked the people who they want to see him fight next. He asked the people, I think he's deleted that. As he damn well deleted that post. How rude. He asked the people how they felt about him fighting Andreas Luis Ortiz. This was months ago, and the people responded favorably. But it looks like that post got deleted. I think I caught it in a video. Okay. Then it was announced he was fighting Tyrone Spong, and people like, what? Huh? What? Tyrone Spong? What the hell is going on? But now, when's this? Oh, that was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. Okay. Well, it says 3 weeks ago right here. And it was his last post. On Instagram. Was that 3 weeks ago? Yeah. Obviously, he does stories. What's his latest story? Hold on. Let's have a look. But no, one before that. Let's pause this. He is risen. Oh, I must have been thinking about the one before that. It's quite interesting. He was talking about his haters. He was like, let the haters hate. It doesn't matter to me. I love you anyway. Let the haters hate. Let the haters hate. And in comes our man in the Caribbean. It's the Iron Kong. How do you do?
Last day of a long weekend. Back to work tomorrow. Yeah. That's okay though. But it's been restful. It's been all right. Yeah. And now I see the Raphie on to cap off the long weekend. Gotta come on and hang out with my brother. see what you're talking about. I see you in the gym on Instagram pumping heavy iron. I mean, weights between your legs, Raphie walking out the back and the shoulders, shrugs. I'm like, yo, Raphie look like he want to be what's his name? Fraser Clark's next opponent. Hey, you, come here.
Well, I want to warm up with John, Big John. I'm training for Big John.
Oh man. Oh.
Just have a little, just do a Henry Akawende job on Big John, and I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just getting easy, just work my way nice and gentle. Start off with Big John. Malcolm Marcel up in the building. What's going on here? The Wizard Sleeves. What's the Wizard Sleeves saying? Heyman beat up Ugas. The fix was in. Hey, I'm telling you, I predicted how that fight was going to go. We talk about that a little later. But anyway, let's have a look at this thing here. Well, we got the Iron Kong up in the building. Okay, Iron Kong. I think he was here. He was definitely here on Wednesday. I think that last live show was on Wednesday, and it was revealed that Andreas the Punch Ruiz was fighting none other than Tyrone Spong, who got knocked out in his last fight, which was a kickboxing fight. Even before I knew that, it was still ridiculous to my. But now it turns out that Andreas the Punch Ruiz is fighting Luis Ortiz. And the reason for that is because he'd already signed a damn contract to fight Luis Ortiz. What your thoughts and feelings about that? The about turn, the twists and turns in the weird and bizarre world of Andreas the Punch Ruiz.
I just think it's interesting that you don't know you have a contract with Luis Ortiz when both of you are with the same promotion.
Damn.
And, this guy, Ruiz, is such a mess. His career has just been, and I blame Anthony Joshua for this. Because if Joshua had just beaten Ruiz in Madison Square Garden, he would have stayed with Manny Robles probably and been more dedicated. No, he's taken 3 steps backward. Looked terrible against Areola, disappeared, trying to dip out on contracts, all this foolishness. I wasn't excited for the Luis Ortiz fight before, but I was less excited for the Tyrone Spong. And to find out that you signed a contract before, this guy, Andy Ruiz is a flake. This guy is a real idiot. How do you not know you have a contract when both of you are with the exact same promotional company? How?
Madness.
Yeah.
Complete and utter madness. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Tyrone Spong lost in an MMA to Sergey Kartinov. That's the guy that beat Malik Scott in boxing recently. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that Tyrone Spong, when he started his career, matter of fact, can I bring it up? Yeah, let me bring it up. A lot of people don't know that Tyrone Spong, when he started his career, he started as a middleweight.
Yep.
Yeah. Started as a little middleweight. Let me try and bring up an image of Tyrone Spong as I remembered him when he was fighting in, what was he fighting in first? Kickboxing. It was kickboxing, wasn't it? Yeah. That's when he first came. Can I bring that up? Dang. Why can't I bring the picture up the way I want it? Let's get out of there. Boom. Can I open that page? I just want the picture. Let me go to images. I'm in images. Let me get this specific picture. How do I get? Open image. Let me open that image. Hopefully it comes up. The way I want it. Oh, perfect. Perfect, Mundo. So a lot of people, when they think of Tyrone Spong, they think of the big well, relatively large, muscled guy. But this is how he was for most of his career to my. Look at that. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little middleweight. Until he got, well, did he get enhanced? Till he got enhanced, till he got larger. How did he get larger? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I wasn't there. But this is Tyrone Spong. This was how Tyrone Spong looked at the beginning of his career. He ain't no real heavyweight. He's a middleweight. And so that was the guy, the Tyrone Spong, to my mind, that Andreas the Punch Ruiz was going to be fighting. Utterly ridiculous. You know, make no mistake about it, this guy ain't no boxer. He can box to an extent, but he was a kickboxer who turned to an MMA guy, and now he's come over to boxing. So, you know, I was not enthused, but now looks like sense has prevailed. Ruiz Ortiz had some words to say that were not the most complimentary. What's this year? It's unclear whether the 32-year-old Ruiz informed Triller Fight Club that he'd already signed a contract to face Luis Ortiz in the summer. What's this going on here? We are working amicably with PBC to make sure Ruiz honors his obligations to both parties. Thriller Fight Club. Okay. So this is breaking news to me. I didn't really catch this part. Okay, let me share this. With y'all. Okay, where's the pertinent? Can you see that? Not really. Let's blow that up just a little bit. Okay. Boom. Okay, so let's have a look. Yes, good, better. We are working amicably with PBC to make sure Ruiz honors his obligations to both parties. Thriller Fight Club President David Tetrell told ESPN. Had we known PBC intended to fight him prior, we would have never chosen this date. Okay. We enjoy a good relationship with PBC, and we are currently working to identify an optimal date for rescheduling the fight. Oh, dang. Okay, breaking news, folks. The Tyrone Spong fight is not off. It's merely being delayed while they work with BBC to find an optimal date. Okay, the date Thriller lands on will be in collaboration with PBC. Collaboration. I don't know if they mean collaboration or will be in harmony with PBC and their calendar. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Breaking news: the Tyrone Spong Andrew Ruiz fight is not off. It's merely being delayed until after the Ortiz fight. After the Ortiz fight, Amirkhan, your thoughts?
No thoughts. Andrew Ruiz trying to chase money. Let's not forget Andrew Ruiz turned down Joseph Parker, turned down Dillian White, turned down Philip Hrgovic, turned down all these people to find himself in this palaver.
Yeah.
By the way, so did Luis Ortiz. Turned down Dillian White, turned down a Joseph Parker fight, turned down Philip Hrgovic to find himself here. It's just PBC and their nonsense, man. But whatever.
Whatever indeed. So that's the breaking news right there. The breaking news. The Tyrone Spong fight is not off. It's simply been delayed. Okay, so let's get that on up out of here. That's what we got 2, 6. What's that there? Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the comments in the chat before we move on. Has Raphie realized who Sprung resembles in the YouTube boxing community? Yeah, I know what you're referring to. He does bear some kind of passing resemblance to Nescafe. Yeah, I see that. I do see that. But Ness got to get his body up though. Ness got to get his body up. You know what I'm saying? He's got to hit that treadmill, and he's got to start to do the damn thing. Cal L up in the building. Okay, so what's going on? What's going on? Anybody talking about that, or we move on? What's going on? See the resemblance. Turn down the Chisora fight. Indeed. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So let us move on. Where are we going now? Where are we going now? Do we get straight into it, or do we? Yeah. Why not? Let's get straight into it. Okay. So Iron Kong. Let me find it. Let me get it up first. So it's right there. So it's available. So Iron Kong, you saw the. I'm talking to everybody really. You saw the. What is he? Spence versus Ugas fight. Spence versus Ugas. We talked about it over here on the Wednesday previous Boxing Talk with Raphie show, and my prediction was, talking to you people in the chat too. Come on now. My prediction was that Spence would be too fast. What else? Oh, and he'd have too much volume. Talk to you people in the chat right now. Too fast, too much volume for Ugas. Many of you told me, yeah, but if Spence is throwing volume, then that means that it's going to be easier for him to get picked off by Ugas, the counterpuncher. But it didn't transpire that way. It went down exactly how the Raphie told you it was going to go down. Come on now. Come on, people. Give me my flowers now. Give me my flowers. Too fast and too much volume. Dang, the Iron Kong.
It was like Ugas' hands were in his pockets all night. Like he would throw like one or two punches. Then the other time his hands were like earmuffs. And I was like, why is this man letting Spence just tee off on his body, just destroy his body? And before his eye got like completely swollen, I already saw it was swelling up. Yeah. And I was, this is bad. In the 6th round, when he caught Spence and he made Spence go look for his mouthpiece, I was like, why don't just jump on him and knock him out? He had him slumped on the ropes and all this rubbish. And he just kind of stood there watching Spence like some weirdo. And I was just like, man, whatever. But then Spence was just too much for him. It was like Ugas had a plan to, I don't know if he thought Spence would fade. So he thought maybe I would absorb these punches and Spence would fade in the mid to late. And then he would take over. But that was just a terrible game plan. It's like his hands were in his pockets. 1, 2, a couple of punches here, a couple of punches there, and that's it. And when he would catch Spence, it was like he would catch him and not really follow up with nothing. It was just a strange fight, but Spence beat the dog shit out of Ugas. Anyway.
OMG. So Ugas incurred fractured orbital bone, damaged nose, and allegedly a broken rib.
That's not surprising. I mean, he was just allowing his body to be used as a heavy bag.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
Mm.
Man, please. But Spence was on him all night. I'm glad Spence looks like he's figured out his not off season, but like between bout behavior where he's not drinking, he's not blowing up. He looks 100% better. You know, he looks good. He looks good.
It's like I said. I recommended everybody watch the what do they call it? 24-hour, whatever they call that show. When they follow the fighters in camp, and I was a believer. I was a believer in Spence. I was a believer in what he was saying. He was saying that, you know, he was kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He wasn't 100% fully dedicated to boxing. He was partying. He was boozing. He was driving too fast in his Ferrari without a seatbelt. When he came through that, he did say that he rededicated himself. He's had a second chance, not just at boxing, but at life. And he was going to grasp the second chance with both hands. People wondered, and ahhed, is he telling the truth? Yeah, he might feel that now, but how's he going to feel tomorrow? How's he going to feel when he gets the telephone call? Hey, we're at the club. But watching that series, whatever they call it, I was a believer. He got an in-house nutritionist. He was cooking every meal, watching his nutrition, optimizing his nutrition. Presumably, he left the drink alone, not just immediately prior to the fight, but prior to the camp, but generally. And so I was a believer. And like you say, Spence work rate was crazy. What I saw was someone who had dedicated himself, not just in camp, but perhaps prior to the camp. So it's a rededicated Spence. What's going on? It was a good stoppage, in my opinion. Ugas could not see through his right eye by the end. Yeah. Spence was playing whack-a-mole with Ugas turtle style. Yeah. The only problem is that turtles, as you know, are slow. And Ugas was just too lead-footed. You know, Ugas is a man who likes to plant his feet, and that was his undoing. He was a relatively stationary target. He broke a rib. He broke one of Ugas's rib, shattered his right orbital bone, and apparently incurred some nose damage too. Spence worked that cat over. Spence worked over Ugas. He worked him out. He worked him over. Good shout. Spence was back to near his best. Question marks answered. Question marks have been answered, but I think it was in the 6th round, Kong. It was in the 6th round where Ugas caught Spence.
Caught him flush.
Yeah, caught him a couple of times with a right hook to the jaw. Spence's face was not protected. He was out there. His hands were down. His hands weren't protecting his face, and he got caught flush. Couple right hooks sent him almost. He was just one. It looked like he was just one more punch away from turning into a statue, because he actually turned. He actually turned from Ugas like he didn't know where the hell he was.
Didn't know where he was. There was walking off, and Ugas is just standing there, like, just, I don't know.
Yeah. Had him almost had him statuesque mode.
Almost gave him a Terry Harper.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that. Almost did it turn him into a pillar of salt, just like Terry, that happened to Terry Harper. But instead, he punched him. Spence reeled into the ropes. Iron Kong. Should that have been ruled a knockdown? Because if the rule is that if you're only saved by the ropes,
yeah,
that's a knockdown.
You're right. Because when Kubrat Pulev ran from Anthony Joshua, it was a standing 8.
Yes.
And the only reason was because he was on the ropes or whatever. And I've seen people get the standing 8 on the ropes. So maybe it should have been a standing 8. But Ugas just stood there.
Yeah.
And then the ref stopped the fight to put his mouthpiece back in, which was ridiculous, but whatever. Ugas just, I don't know what his game plan was. I don't know if it was that Spence kept his hand in his pockets or that was his game plan. But either way, Ugas did not throw enough. He did not. And he just looked like he was content as the taller man to fight an inside game with a guy who fights pretty much only inside.
Yeah. Yes. What's this here? Did Spence return in the next round with the uppercut that did the damage? I don't know if it was the next round. That would have been the 7th round. Can't remember which round he did the damage in, but that, to me, that was accumulated damage. That was an accumulation of shots to the area. So, yeah, it was an accumulation. It was an accumulation of blows that did that to the best of my recollection. So what am I saying here? Yordenis Ugas suffered a broken rib and nose in the loss to Spence, says Derek Jones. Well, damn, he certainly got worked over. And, it looked to me like Ugas knew or felt that he didn't have enough for Spence. After the first few rounds, it seemed to me that Ugas knew that he wasn't up to the task. I don't know if you felt that. I don't know if you saw that. But was there a time when you was looking at the fight early on and you thought that I felt that Ugas felt that he couldn't win. That he didn't have what it took to win. Because I remember Salash was talking to him at the in between rounds, in one of the early rounds, and he was saying, "Oh, how you feel out there? You feel good?" Or he was talking in Spanish or whatever. Yeah, he was talking in Spanish. You feel good? No, I think he was talking in English. I think I understood it. I don't think there was an interpreter. You feel good? And Ugas was not particularly responsive, which suggested to me he did not feel good. He just didn't look at the races to me. Errol Spence put it on him. And Ugas did not have the answer. So that's the story of that. But finally, the Iron Kong. I don't know if you heard Errol Spence in the post-fight interview with whatever that cat's name is, when he said that he wants Terence Crawford next.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big change from when Terence Crawford was actually at his fight. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know why he came here. I don't know what he came here for. He got to get to the back of the line and all this foolishness and chicken and horses and all this other rubbish." Yeah, it's a big change.
Yeah.
So let's see if he follows through, right? Because it's been a whole heap of nonsense talk from Errol Spence. He's the one who coined the term wrong side of the street and all this foolishness, So, let's see if he actually follows through. Remember PBC, this guy Tim Smith was like, what Terence Crawford wants to offer, we don't want to insult him, we can't offer him that. So let's see if they actually can offer him no. Let's see if Showtime doesn't have Canelo this year. So let's see him use that money to make this fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if they can get it together. They should be able to get it together. I heard word that Floyd Mayweather was saying that he wants to promote Terence Crawford. He says, "Yeah, over here. We promote him. He's a talented fighter. We can promote him. We can make that fight happen." So Floyd Mayweather stepping into the fray. Do you think he helps? Do you think he helps the situation? Floyd Mayweather connection.
Go back to an interview years ago with Floyd Mayweather when he said that fight's not happening right now between Spence and Crawford. You know what I mean? I could probably look for the interview and I'll send it to you via Twitter, where he's the one who was also involved in stepping in front of that fight. Floyd Mayweather doesn't help anything. He would turn that into a circus about himself.
Yep.
And I am not interested in seeing Floyd in nothing. So he don't help nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, well, how long, if Terence Crawford signed with Floyd Mayweather, how long before Floyd starts talking about himself as the best ever? How long before that happens? How long before he tries to? And Floyd has a habit of throwing shade on the fighters that he's promoting. So how long before he starts throwing shade on Terence Crawford? That was my first thought. And my second thought was, would he be a help or a hindrance? As a matter of fact, let me ask the people. It's a big one. First poll of the day. Would Floyd Mayweather be more of a help or hindrance? In making Spence versus Crawford. Okay. Question mark. Gotta put the options in. Would he be a help or a hindrance? Would he be more of a help or a hindrance? Okay, so help, hindrance. Okay. So that's the poll. You're going to see it appear in the next few seconds, and there it is. Kindly participate. Would Floyd Mayweather be more of a help or a hindrance in making Spence versus Crawford? Poll's right there for you. Make a choice. Okay. People start to vote.
The thing is, he wouldn't hinder the fight, but he's not needed. Why would Floyd be needed? Terence Crawford don't have no promoter. He has a management team. They can directly deal with the PBC. Why does he need to go through Floyd Mayweather? Floyd wants to be involved not for the fight, but for the glory of Floyd. No one else. He's not necessary for this fight. Terence Crawford has a management team. He doesn't have a promoter. And he can bargain for the fight by himself. Doesn't need Floyd.
Yeah.
So basically, Terence Crawford is going to be dealing with a PBC shell company in TFT with PBC, the parent company. For what?
Yeah. Don't make no sense. And the reason why I think that Mayweather could actually be a hindrance. The reason I think that is because apparently, evidently, allegedly, he's not really, him and Al Heyman really aren't really as buddy as they once were. So I could actually see Mayweather being an active hindrance to that matchup. You might say, well, you know what? I mean, think about this. Why don't you fight Thurman first? Why don't you fight Thurman first, build the fight up even more, and then we go in. Then we go in for Spence. You know what I mean? I like that. I like the idea. What do you think about that? So I could actually see Mayweather being an actual hindrance. I can actually see that. I could actually see that. You know what I mean?
I disagree 100% with Philip Kyle Roberts about Mayweather bringing more publicity to the fight. Mayweather doesn't bring any publicity to anything but himself. That's the thing. That people need to stop acting like Floyd Mayweather is some great promoter. He is not. Floyd don't promote no big fights. His one fighter, Tank Davis, had a press conference that he had a competing press conference against. You understand me? Floyd Mayweather, whenever he's around Tank, it turns into Floyd Mayweather talking about Canelo. I don't want to hear Floyd talking about Canelo here. He does not bring any extra publicity. The guy is a fool. You can't put him to go and speak on any national TV or radio, whatever. He's gonna make a fool of himself. He's gonna start talking about himself. He can't help it.
Dang.
You understand? And this is the problem with PBC, because they don't actually have any real promoters over there. They don't have any real promoters, right? So what they will depend on is a Showtime shoulder programming, which is good, damn good. But Floyd Mayweather is not needed. He has one fighter in Tank, and Tank is most known for infamous things. Running over people with cars, beating up chicks on basketball court. Not from what Floyd Mayweather has promoted him as. And that's a fact. Could you imagine Tank Davis getting talked about by someone like Eddie Hearn? Could you imagine? People would get sick of hearing about Tank Davis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Floyd don't talk about anybody but himself and what he's done. And what he's done. As opposed to Canelo. I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah. Welterweights. Okay. So, yeah, me said it from the get-go. I think the Floyd could easily be a damn hindrance. That page isn't working. Why is it when that page isn't working? Okay, let's have a look. All right, okay. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so what's my screen saying? So that's 4 thumbs down from the 4 thumbs. 4 thumbs. The poll is in the chat. Go ahead and make your vote. Okay. So let us move. Are we moving on, or are we going to say what the poll says? We're going to discuss what the poll says. Now I'm going to leave the poll up for a little bit longer, but we are moving on. Let's have a look. Boom. Okay. Conorbenn isn't ready for Danny Garcia or Adrian Broner, says Carl Frutch. Okay. So we get into that in a little moment. But I saw a fight with Conorbenn. What was my prediction? I was asked on the show. I think it was AJ Spay. AJ Spay asked me, Raphael, who do you think wins and how? And I said, I think Conorbenn will win. We looked at Van Heerden's record. It only been stopped by one other fighter, and that was Terence Spence himself. That was, 2015? Something like Terence 2015. Something in the 9th round, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. And I said that I expect Conorbenn to win. However, I didn't expect it would be easy. Van Heerden is an experienced campaigner, very seasoned in the game, knows some of the tricks of the game. I thought it would be a war of attrition, whereas Conorbenn would get to him in the end, maybe the latter part of the fight. If it didn't go to points, it finished him in the latter part of the fight. But I thought points was a very realistic possibility. However, Conorbenn had different ideas. Conorbenn went in there. They banged a little bit in the first round. And then Conorbenn came out in the second round. And I think it was a right hook, followed by another right hook. And Van Heerden was starched, lying down there on the ground, out. Conorbenn ironed him out in the first third of the second round. Made it look like it was easy. H Money up in the building. Raphael, Errol Spence Jr. is a beast. Hey, he's reborn. He's come back, rededicated, reinvigorated, and yeah, he's hungry now. He's hungry like the wolf. Most definitely hungry like the wolf. Salute the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Nation. Good to have you up in here, H Money. So what we saying? We're saying Conorbenn now, talking about Conorbenn, and Conorbenn. Your thoughts on the performance.
I like Conorbenn, man. I didn't think it would be ended that quickly, because I do know Van Heerden has ability, but Conorbenn was not messing around. He looked like he was annoyed at something, like he was mad, and he bum rushed this dude. I think the guy didn't, even though he says he watched Conor, he had time to train. He said with boots, he was on this weird 2-week camp or whatever, and short notice and all this other stuff. But he got time to train, and he sees Conor as a non-boxer, and all he's good for is being angry and emotional. Conorbenn was like, okay, I'll show you angry and emotional, no problem. Yeah. I thought it was a destructive performance, as it should have been a destructive performance. The only problem with Conorbenn is that because he's wiping these people out in this manner, lately, because he had a good fight with Formella, because he's wiping these people out like that, it's not.
Okay.
One second. Hold on. One second.
No problem. Okay. So, what we saying here? Let's try and get rid of some of these pop-ups. Okay. Boom. Okay. So what's my screen saying? Yep, just like his old man, would have dealt with a boxer at the same level. Very impressive performance by Conorbenn. And the question is, Conorbenn isn't ready, or a statement from Carl Fratches that Conorbenn ain't ready for Danny Garcia or Adrian Broner.
Sorry, Raphie. That was a little one. So I was impressed by the kid, but when he wipes these people out that quick, you don't really get a lot from him, right? So in the first round, he took some punches because Van Heerden got some, because he was really reckless and all that, really, really, really reckless. Yeah. Right. And then second round, he went in and he dealt with Van Heerden. I like Conorbenn. I like his style. I like that he's willing to fight whoever. Not much else to say. I was impressed by the fight. I like the opponent for him, and I don't know. It's odd, right? Because when you look at social media posts, and social media is not something that I tend not to get into no discussions on social media about boxing, because social media boxing people, especially Twitter, are absolute bottom barrel. Yeah. These people don't want to give this guy any credit. You know the problem, though? What I hate about it? If you pull up Jaron Ennis's record, you pull up Virgil Ortiz's record, none of these people really done much more than Conorbenn.
Nope. I agree.
None of these people. Yet these are the people who everybody keeps saying, "Oh, well, he ain't doing like Virgil. He ain't doing like Boots." You know, Van Heerden fought Boots.
Mm-hmm.
Boots ain't fought nobody important.
Yeah.
But everybody tells me Boots is the next one up. He's this. He's great. The guy can fight. Yes, but if what you're judging the fighters on is the people who they're fighting and not their ability, then Boots and Conor are pretty much the same, or Conorbenn might be fighting people with more experience than Boots. Yeah. Algieri was a champion. Sammy Vargas also fought Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz stopped him in 7. Conorbenn stopped him, what, 1 or 2?
Who stopped who?
Samuel Vargas.
Yeah, that was a quick stoppage. Yeah.
Virgil Ortiz stopped him in like 7 rounds.
Yeah.
Conorbenn stopped him in like 1 or 2. Jaron Ennis had a headbutt with Van Heerden. Conorbenn stopped him in 2 rounds. So he's fighting the same people, but somehow people are finding ways to backhand Conorbenn, like, "Oh, you a bum. Nobody is interested." I saw one guy say, even if Conorbenn fights Kell Brook and Maurice Hooker, you know, it still wouldn't mean nothing because those guys are washed. I was like, but Maurice Hooker just fought Virgil Ortiz and was piecing him up until he broke his hand. Kell Brook just beat up Amirkhan, former world champion, and a person who I think can beat Conorbenn.
Yeah.
And people are telling me if he beats Kell Brook, it's nothing. Kell Brook would be the best
Amirkhan.
Kell Brook would be the best name on any one of these people's records if they fight him. Any one of these people. But somehow if Conorbenn fights him, it's not a good win. If Conorbenn fights Maurice Hooker, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
But everybody else can fight lesser opposition, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So this is how I know Conorbenn is catching on, because he has a lot of haters. The kid needs work. The kid needs work, but he also needs support.
Yeah.
And I find British fans are trying to diss the man on behalf of other people. This is why I've heard people say British fans are self-hating. It's like, because whatever the Americans do is good enough. If a British fighter is doing something, it's not good enough.
I like Conorbenn. I did a post-fight video, and I likened him. If he keeps on at this trajectory, I likened him to a potentially what do you call it? Tank Davis without the bad habits, without the weight problem, without the partying lifestyle. Tank Davis, very talented, but he's got those problems outside of the ring, activities and problems. They certainly don't help him. But I see Conorbenn, but when he turns it on, when Tank turns it on, he can be a spectacular fighter. Look what he did to Ozzy Santa Cruz. You know, look at that knockout, spectacular. Well,
sorry, Raphie. Let me just you asked a question there. You started with that and didn't answer it. My bad. So you want me to answer about the Danny Garcia thing before or after?
Yeah.
So Carl Fratt says he's not ready for Broner this page. I keep telling you this page. I don't rate this page.
There's a reason. There's a reason I use this page, because it stimulates discussion.
Okay.
Stimulates discussion.
So Carl Fratt was very down on Conorbenn, right? And he keeps bringing up David Avanesian, but somehow Conorbenn is not ready for 2 former world champions. He's not ready for them, right? But somehow, if he fights after that's fine. But Conorbenn should not shoot for Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner. Why not? I think those are 2 better fights.
Yeah.
People were fought at higher levels.
Yeah.
And those are just simply better fights for Conorbenn to have. He wants to fight bigger names. People have to understand Eddie Hearn is in a battle to put on the biggest and best shows in England.
Yeah.
He can't put on no bum fights. He every weekend is some shows clashing or whatever. So he's in a competition to always have his fights mentioned first.
Yes.
So I do think Conorbenn is ready for Danny Garcia. I think he's ready for Adrian Broner. I think he's ready for them kind of fights. Those are the B-level type guys. Because Conorbenn is at number 5 in almost all the rankings.
Yep.
He's ready for Thurman and Danny Garcia and Adrian Broner. Those guys ain't doing nothing these days. They don't have no fights lined up. And they ain't going to be no big names ever again in life. Ever again in life. I highly doubt Eddie Hearn is going to get any PBC guy, though, because those guys are very lazy people.
Very elusive when it comes to signing contracts.
They don't sign contracts. They will rather sit on their backside and wait for Al to give them like $3 million to fight nobody. Rather than come over and have a big fight with this young man who you might beat.
Yeah.
Because he's a prospect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's my opinion. Carl Froch is wrong, and I find Carl Froch to be a very bitter guy. Very
bitter.
I don't know what's up with him. I don't know.
Something's wrong with Carl. What do I think? I think put him in, bring him in. I like the route they're taking. They're putting Conor in with experienced guys. They're at the very, very apex of their career. No, they're not at the very, very apex of the career, but I think these are fantastic learning fights. And Adrian Broner would still be competitive in my view. Danny Garcia would still be competitive in my view. Far from over. Very skilled. Adrian Broner, very skilled. The good thing for Conor there is that Adrian seems a little gun shy. Don't let the hands go the way he's supposed to. Remember I said that about Ugas, so that might be telling, folks. That might be telling if you're a betting man. Danny Garcia still going to come in, very competitive. If he comes in hungry, once again, a dangerous fight for Conorbenn. I think they're two dangerous fights for Conorbenn. Two dangerous fights. There are two, as in the number 2, dangerous fights for Conorbenn. But I think fights which he's got a distinct chance. He's got a distinct chance because he loves to punch people. He does have evasive skills, which perhaps he should use more and more, as well as punching. I look forward to that development. I look forward to Conorbenn slipping 90+% of shots to the head. I look forward to that. If he aims for that, I predict, hey, Conorbenn, hey, definitely one to watch. So let me close the poll.
I like the guy, man. I like his vibes. I like his attitude. I like how he fights. It's real aggressive.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
Nobody's denying a kid has flaws. Everybody has flaws. And this guy, from where he was to now, come on.
Yeah. Yes. Dr. Uzak says, I think Ben would light up Broner. Hey, Broner's gun shy. We still got skills. But I put some money on Conor. Even though he's relatively, he's not as experienced as those cats, obviously. But I see keys to victory here. I see keys to victory for Conorbenn. Okay, let's drop down this, let's shut off this poll. Anybody who hasn't voted yet, it's your last chance. And it reads, would Floyd Mayweather be of a help or hindrance in making Spence versus Crawford? We're closing the poll now. 22% of respondents said he would be a help. Where is it? It's disappeared. And 77% said Floyd could equally be a hindrance. So 77% said Floyd could be a hindrance, and I actually think that. You don't need another cog in the wheel. You don't need another cog. You don't need to go through Mayweather. This fight does not, that fight would not need Crawford versus Spence. Spence v. Crawford doesn't need Mayweather's involvement. Unless you want Mayweather there to promote himself. I don't know. Stay out of it, Mayweather. Stay out of it. If you want to turn up at the press conference to hype the thing, fine. But I don't think it needs Mayweather as a promoter. Okay. So myself, yeah, I'd love to see those fights. Conorbenn isn't ready for Danny Garcia or Adrian. Hey, ready or not, throw him in and we'll find out. I think those would be very competitive fights and I like them. Keep on putting them in with these experienced guys. You can do him nothing but good. Okay, so where are we at now? Let's shut that down. Where we headed? Okay, let's have a little looky. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. Where are we? No. Oh, I shut it down. Did I shut it down? Let me share my screen. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Ryangarcia is ready for Pitbull Cruz. Ready for a Pitbull Cruz fight in July in Los Angeles. Interesting proposition. What do I think about it? Well, did you catch the Cruz versus Gamboa fight, amirkhan?
Unfortunately.
Well, I must confess. I've only seen the highlights. Talk to me about that fight, amirkhan. Talk to me. Tell me about it.
What I can tell about that fight is that I'm really hoping that boxing as a whole allows Gamboa to retire. It really looked like a young man beating up on this old man who couldn't defend himself. You know, yeah, he was in a little duck here and then he caught Cruz a couple times, but Gamboa is completely finished. When I tell you complete, he has nothing left. They need to allow this man to go home. I don't know if Gamboa has a big family that he has to support single-handedly. I don't know if Gamboa owes the mob. I don't know if Gamboa still owes the boatman who smuggled him out of Cuba. I don't know what it is, but they need to allow him to go home. It looked bad. It was a bad fight. And it was just, man, I felt like I couldn't wait for the fight to be over. Just stop the fight. Like, even the commentator was like, this is disgraceful. Why are they allowing this man to be beat up like this? Yeah. It was a really uncomfortable watch. It was really bad. Yeah. In my opinion.
Yeah. That's the vibe. I got for it. Fight should have been stopped earlier. Gamboa, what the hell's he keep on going for? He needs to call it a day. Just knock it on the head. Looks like it's time. What we got here? Gamboa has too much punch resistance for his own good. That could have ended tragically. Yeah. I heard people wanted that fight called off sooner rather than later. Let me see what's going on here. Seems to be a bunch of activity over here. What's this? Is this legit or is it a hoax? Is this legit or is this a hoax? I ask you. Okay. Let me present it to the people. Hold on a second or two. Let me present this to the people. Just come through. You know, this is the place. This is the place of breaking news. This one, I'm going to need to verify this one. Let's see if you can see what I can see. Let me read it to you. Okay. VADA reports WBC heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury has tested positive in his second blood test in his heavyweight scheduled title bout against challenger Dillian Whyte. Okay, let me just blow that up for people. They can't see. And un momento. Let me do something now that I've been thinking about, doing a little technical stuff in the background. Let me just do this thing here. I'm trying a little experiment. You won't see anything different, folks. Well, you shouldn't see anything different, but Raphie's trying a little experimentation. Let's do this. Okay. So, okay, yes. So, let's get to that post. OMG, that's not going to work that way. So, VADA reports the WBC heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury has tested positive for his second blood test in his heavyweight scheduled title bout against challenger Dillian Whyte. Both teams notified and letters have been sent to both camps this evening. Okay. Is that believable?
Nah.
Is that believable? That's from PC Jacob. Let me go to.
Is that the real PC Jacob?
I'm gonna try and verify this now on my mobile device. Hold on a second. So if I press like, then I should be able to follow that over here on my hand device. Let's have a look. Let me try and get to the bottom of this. Okay, so VADA reports this reply was hidden. Is this legit? Damn it. Can't believe you've done this, Jacob. Is this the real PC Jacob? Let me try and have a look. Oh, yes. This is the real PC Jacob. So is PC Jacob having a laugh? Okay, so I'm going to have to go and look for, I'm going to have to cross-reference Shizniks. We're going to have to cross-reference Shizniks. So first of all, let me get in on the action. Is this true, Jacob? Let me leave my mark. Is this true? True, Jacob. Let's spell it right. How's he spelling it? Jacob. Spelling it Jacob. Is this true, Jacob? Boom. Reply. Now let's go for some cross-referencing. Let's have a look at this. Tyson Fury. How are we going to word this? Blood test. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, blood test. Let's do that. Blood test. Boom. Okay, let's have a look. Oh my God. Oh no, that was 6 days ago. Okay. I said, oh my God, I bet it had people's hearts jumping. What's going on? Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, drug tests ahead. That was 5 days ago. 9 hours ago. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, drug test revealed 5 days ago. Tyson Fury backtracks. Ex-trainer Dillian Whyte overdue for. I cannot find any article which substantiates the PC Jacob post. Well, let's not stop just yet. Let's go boxing. Let's just type in another field. Let's have a look. See if it pops up. No. Boxing news. Having said that, if this is breaking news, then it wouldn't show up immediately. Not necessarily. Yeah. Okay. No. I can't find any substantiating articles to back that up. So right about now, that is merely a standalone post. I need substantiation, so I can't substantiate it, so I can't say it's true. But certainly something I will be paying close attention to. Okay. Let's have a look right here. Okay, Amirkhan, your thoughts and observations.
No thoughts and observations. I think it's fake. That's odd though, because PC Jacob, usually is a guy who has decent boxing news, but
yeah,
I think it's fake. I think it's fake. So,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yep. Okay, let me just deal with that. Let me do this. Oh, damn! I should put a question mark after that. Okay, so you're gonna have to hear what people have to say. Let's see what people are saying. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Okay, let's come out of that. Okay. No other sources, so it's fake. Oh. Let's have a look at what people are saying. Oh. Well, Tyrone Spong, for people who don't know, Tyrone Spong versus who's he fighting again? Andreas the Punch Ruiz. Tyrone Spong versus Andreas the Punch Ruiz is not off. That fight is not off. It's just a question of Thriller have come out and said that they're going to delay the fight. They're unaware that Ruiz had signed to fight Luis Ortiz, so that's the fight that's going to take place first. Triller say they have a very good working relationship with PBC, so they're going to work with them to get the scheduling right. He'll fight Luis Ortiz first and on PBC, and then he will fight Spong on Triller. Okay, for those who don't know, who didn't know. Let's have a look what people are saying. Okay, that brought the fight doctor to life. And if you want to see some of the footage that the fight doctor was kind enough to send to me, then go and check out the video I made on Spence versus Ugas. In the background, you'll see fight footage. You'll see footage sent to me, courtesy of the fight doctor.
The fight doctor was the underground correspondent?
He's the underground correspondent. Underground correspondent.
Underground. My bad. Well, shout out to the fight doctor, the PhD. That's my guy. That's good, man. Supporting the channel, supporting the movement.
That's very good of him. Very good of him indeed. Oh dear, lol, says TKO. What a surprise, says Philip Carl Roberts. Everybody's quick to believe it. Trouble in camp. Is it a hoax? Asked Dr. Woodok. Is it a hoax? Well, that's a damn good question, and I'm very curious. About that myself. And give me a second here. I'm working in the background, working in the foreground, and in the background, it's all going on. It's going off. It's kicking off.
Yes.
What the hell's going on there? What the hell's going on? Where's that sound come from? What's going on? Too many things going on this end. Tyson Fury fails drug test prior. Oh, he can't even write. Prior to Dillian White fight. To Dillian White, F-I-G-H-T. Dillian White fight. Fails. I'm going to be careful of how I word this. Fails PED. If I put PED in there, that's still a problem. Fails. What other word terms do they use? Fails. PED. PED. I can say PED, surely. PED. PED. Yes, prior to white fight. Okay, well let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, what are people saying? Let's get back into this. What are people saying? Only one source for Fury failed drug test report. Only one source so far. Fake news, hopefully. Says TKO. What? Yeah, fake news. This won't be the first time it's true. I think it's fake news. Dr. Woodak's got his fingers crossed. Dr. Woodak's got his fingers crossed. What's going on? I can't find any other sources. No, I can't find them either. Can't find no other sources. Cannot. Anti-Tyson Fury. You should have said hypocrisy. You should have said anti-Tyson Fury. What do you call that? Espionage. Or what do you call that? When the Germans are putting out some fake news, apparently fake news, propaganda. Propaganda. You could have used propaganda. That would have fit in better. TKO. How do you do? BC Jacob is a big Joshua fan. He's probably just rattling a few cages. That might be the case. Frank being very quiet lately. OMG. After singing happy birthday to Dillian White. Fight Doctor exclusive. Absolutely. Doubt all the early fight week promo stuff would have gone off if true. Still, it's boxing. And Fury is Fury. Yeah, OMG. We're going to have to, the Raphie's going to keep a close eye on that one. Fear not. Fear not. Okay. So I had to touch on that. I don't know how that popped into my consciousness. I don't even know how I realized what was going on with that. Maybe I was looking for something and found that. Okay. But back on track. Ryangarcia ready for pit. Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Gamboa needs to retire. And Ryangarcia coming off his victory over the African fella. Now he's got Pitbull Cruz in his sights. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Looks like it was a fake VADA testing Twitter feed that reported it earlier today. Jacob took the bait. Oh, okay. Okay, that could be it. Yep, agreed. Propaganda indeed. Okay. So, Ryangarcia versus Pitbull Cruz. Ryangarcia with the I was going to say with a long jab, but he wasn't really using his jab last time around, was he? I'm going to go out and say it. If Ryangarcia fights Pitbull Cruz, I wouldn't be surprised to see Pitbull Cruz pull out the victory on that one. That's right. I said it. Amirkhan, what's your thoughts on this one?
Sorry, Raphie, I was mute. My bad.
That's no problem.
Nah, you know, it's weird. After the fight, they asked Isaac Cruz, "What about Ryan?" Isaac Cruz was like, "Nah, man, he gotta wait his turn." So Isaac Cruz is no big timing Ryangarcia.
Wow. Wow. That's hilarious.
Imagine that, man. You know, it's interesting though, because Ryangarcia was in the ring talking about after his last fight, talking about, I'm not gonna call out the people no more. You know what I mean? You know, we gotta stop lying to the fans, and admitted that, yeah, you know, I've done that enough already. After he said, we won't lie to the fans. So he admitted that he's been lying to the fans. And then saying he's not gonna make no more call-outs. Couple days after, calling out Isaac Cruz.
Right.
The guy is such a flake. And I agree with Fight Doctor. if they fight, I have Pitbull Cruz absolutely cleaning out Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia fights the same way, flat-footed, chin in the air, just ridiculous. He's relying on athleticism and hand speed. This kid ain't got it, man. You know, he needs to have another tune-up against Maxie Hughes. Go to England, fight Maxie, and see if he can get some more work in, because he needs work. He needs a lot of work.
Dang.
He needs work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Isaac Cruz said, nah, Ryan gotta wait his turn now.
Mad. That is mad. Amirkhan just tweeted, had my watch taken at really? Had my watch taken at gunpoint. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, that's not even a laughing matter. Hold on, let me go over. Amirkhan. Was it his wife? Was it his wife who took it? Amirkhan reveals he was robbed at gunpoint while out with his wife, Faria, in London. OMG. Let's have a look. Let's bring this up for the people.
Damn, bro.
Let's bring this up. So not only is the cost of living going through the damn roof, but you're also getting the risk of getting your damn shiznicks took off you at gunpoint. Let's have a look. See if you can see this. See if it's clear. Okay, so looks legit. It's Talk Sports. 12 minutes ago, Amirkhan reveals he was robbed at gunpoint while out with his wife in London. Dang. Amirkhan reveals he had his watch stolen from him at gunpoint while let me just open that up. Okay, I gotta make that bigger too. Damn, it's a lot of technical stuff going on around here at the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit all of the good buttons. And don't forget to share. Some of you cats are forgetting to share. Don't do that. Come on now. Come on now. Where's your generosity? Okay, so it don't cost you nothing, by the way. So I ain't really generous. It's just, let's get this right. Let's get this where it should be. Okay. So let's line this up. It's another project. Raphie's trying something out. It's a new technique that Raphie's trying out. Let's see how it works out. You're not going to notice anything different, but you'll notice something different tomorrow. Okay, let's forget about that. Drop that. Doing it all in one go. Okay, where are we now? Okay, let's have a look. Let's make sure we're sharing the right thing. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. Okay, so Amirkhan reveals he had his watch stolen from him at gunpoint while out with his wife in London. So the former light welterweight world champion said he was out in Leighton, East London. Actually, Leighton, it's got its rough spots. Leighton, East London, it's got its rough spots. When two men confronted him with the weapon, demanding his watch. Can't have nothing. Khan added that neither he or his wife were harmed in the incident. He tweeted, "Just had my watch taken off me at gunpoint in East London, Leighton. I crossed the road with Raphael. Luckily, she was a few steps behind me. Two men ran to me and asked me for my watch. I was having a gun pointed in my face. Oh, Lord. The main thing is that we're both safe. The couple have been married." Yeah. Opened up. Oh. In 2018, Khan opened up on a similarly terrifying incident where he fought off an armed gang trying to steal his £100,000 Range Rover. Yeah, I think that was in Birmingham, actually. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Amir. It was really scary. I knew my life was on the line at the time. Oh, that was the one with the cars, with the car. When you're in a situation like that, you have to react quickly or you're going to get hurt. There were about 20 guys all with metal bars. I remember the first guy swinging the metal stick at my head, but luckily he missed. He tried a second time and I counted him. He was out cold. Then another guy came up at me, but I was able to tackle him as well. Then the three of us, Amir, his boxer brother Haroon, and another man, drove off as fast as we could. People might say I was a coward for running away, but I'm happy I did because I'm still here. Those guys were big and out to hurt me. Oh dear. That was the incident back in 2000. When was that? 2013. No. 2000 and whenever. I think I read it out earlier on. Can't see it now. But okay. That was a previous incident, but this time around, they stuck a gun in Amir's face, pointed in my face, took his watch, but he and his wife are both safe. Yo, it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here in these streets, Ironcom. It's crazy. It's madness. What's this here? What's this here? What's this saying here? For the car robbers, that's why I wear a cheap Casio. It's simply not worth pointing a gun at me for it. Dying. Raphie's going to have to stop wearing his Rolex. I actually can't find my Rolex. Don't know where it is. Have I been robbed without even really knowing it? OMG. What's going on? Yeah. That is okay. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Hey, Raphie, did you see the interview clipping from Tank Davis when Gilly the Kid asked him, why are you not fighting these certain Devin Haney and Lomachenko? Did you see it?
No.
You didn't see it?
Nah, I haven't
seen
it.
Let me send it to you.
Send it to me, please. What's going on? Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear it. He gets held up a few more times, maybe, then he takes the Benn fight. OMG. Khan needs to watch out. What's going on here? Khan's a trooper, to be fair. Yeah, definitely needs to watch out. There's this. Maybe one of these sounds for Sky Sports Adam Smith trying to make a fight on PPV. OMG. Okay, so good to know Amirkhan is in one piece. Not good to know people are out there doing this madness, doing this craziness. Okay, so what are we saying now? Locking that off. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Twitter. We're on Twitter. Let's make this a little bit more visible. Where are we? Okay, notifications. Where is it? Let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look. Show this thread. Oh, damn. Got it. It's popped up. What is this? 56 seconds. Okay, let's have a look. Let's drop that down. Let's get the volume up. Let's stop sharing that. Let's start sharing this. Boom. Is that it? Yep. Open sesame. Okay. Right. Boom. Okay. Let's go for it.
since a youngin. Fight anybody. Since an amateur. Fight anybody. Me, the fans, be feeling like you not getting the best fights you supposed to. But we know Tank can fight anybody.
That's Gilly the Kid. I don't know, a rapper. Kind of. What is he famous for? He used to be a rapper. Is he still a rapper?
He don't rap no more. He does the $1 million worth of game podcast with his cousin, Wallow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Used to rap, now kind of just
rapper. He used to write for. He wrote a lot for Wayne and them people. So yeah.
Okay, so that's Gilly the Kid. Okay, let's see what Gilly has to say.
For me, we want to see you fight Lomachenko. We want to see you fight Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, motherfucking all the top who they say is the 4 horsemen, and they anywhere around your weight class. We want to see it happen. When we gonna see it happen?
Okay. Good question. Devin Haney scratching his head. Let's go. Devin, give us the answer. Blaze. Javanta, not Devin. Devin's doing it. Javanta, come on now.
Sure. I don't.
That
was real shit.
That's some real shit.
I can't. I don't know. That's like.
How many times you don't went in there and said, I want these niggas, man?
To be honest, I ain't never said it.
Yeah, towards the end there, I remember I heard somebody say that he said what he just said. And then I twigged. This is probably where he said it. It's probably where he said it. But let's just clarify what he just said.
I don't know. That's like.
How many times you don't went in there and said, I want these niggas, man?
To be honest, I ain't never said it.
OMG.
You can see why they don't let him talk by himself on press conferences. They just talk for him and LB and these people. Tank Davis has exposed a lot of things. First, he said it was like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I can't help that. It's who they give me. He was going on that line, and then they asked, and then they was like trying to cut him off, like, oh, that's some real shit. You know what I mean? He can't help that. He can't help that. Then Gilly asked him, well, when have you said you want to fight these people? Oh, I never said it. So his team not doing it, and he himself not demanding these fights. These dudes is jokes.
This is crazy, yo. This is crazy, yo. Unbelievable. You heard it from the horse's mouth. He never said he wants to top guys. What the hell? This is on the heels of, was it Jamal? Was it Jamal Charlo refusing to call out guys on hot boxing with Mike Tyson? Now his PBC compadre, Gervonta Davis, basically comes out and says the same thing. I never really asked for the top guys. I never really said it. This is PBC product. It's PBC product, folks. It's crazy out here, folks. It's madness. People are getting robbed of their watches. Gervonta Davis is admitting he never really asked for the top guys. Scratching his head. Bamboozled, befuddled. Yeah. But not the lack of ambition. Not the lack of ambition. This guy's got talents galore. But, there's some ingredients missing, unfortunately. Can he fix it? Yeah, he can, but he's got there's some steps. The steps that you got to take in order to do them things. There was other things on the menu. But we've done the 1 hour 30. We've gone overtime. We've gone well over time. So yeah, We're gonna have to chop up the other things on the menu. You don't know what they were. You have to chop up that, maybe put them in the video, maybe get them out in another live show or a combination of the two. But with that, we finish on that bombshell. I think that's a suitable bombshell. Was that an interview or was that an interview or counseling? I think, dang. I think it was more like some kind of therapy. Some kind of therapy. Maybe they gave him a truth serum. Maybe that's why they keep Gervonta Davis away from the mic unsupervised. He might just tell the truth. What's this? Blank. Oh, damn. He drew a blank and ended up telling the truth. OMG. Dang, we end on that bombshell. The Iron Kong. Thanks for coming on as per usual. You'll find, and thanks for mentioning this because I heard about it, but I didn't know where it was. I never saw it. I just heard about it.
Raphie, these dudes is suckers, bro. It's
crazy.
Like a guy was on talking about how Wilder needs his confidence back, and he can go and knock out AJ and get his confidence. So I messaged him. I said, if Deontay Wilder thought he could beat AJ, he would have done it already
years ago.
And this guy was like, "Oh man, he would have done this. He would have done that." This is the same thing. These Tank Days, I'm going to tell you all that he would do, all he should do, and all he might do. This man just told you he ain't never asked for none of these people. All the stuff he be talking on Twitter. How he calling out this person, he calling out Josh Taylor, he calling out Devin Haney, he calling out Ryan. He ain't never asked for none of these people. And he also don't have no control over who they give him to fight. I don't want to hear nothing else about Tank Davis. I could share another video of Tank saying, when Eddie Hearn sent him the offer for Tevin Farmer, oh, my team didn't even show me the offer. This guy is in you want to talk about slave deals. This guy is not going to leave Mayweather. He's happy where he is because he's fighting nobodies, making good money fighting absolute nobodies. That's good enough for him. What's going to happen, though, is that when when they can't do it no more and they try to cherry pick, it's going to go wrong. You understand?
Yeah.
Doing this guy a disservice. And he keeps embarrassing his fans. Raphie, you have a nice evening or morning, I guess, now in England. To you English people, man, support conorbenn, man. The kid needs y'all support. Virgil Ortiz ain't fought nobody, no big name neither. And them Latinos support him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why y'all not supporting conorbenn who working his way up to them levels, man? Y'all are terrible.
Madness. And that was the Iron Kong 26. Taking some time out of his day to spend it over here. Entertain the troops at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Some revelations. Maybe I should call this show Revelations. How many revelations did we reveal? It's crazy out here. It's crazy, yo. There's some more things to talk about, but I think we've done enough. We've come up to regulation time. We've gone into overtime. So we did it. We provided. So all you really need to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that share button. Okay. What's going on? What's there left for me to say? Dang. It's almost coming up to, it's half an hour. It's 24 minutes to the hour of midnight. So we're going to have to wrap it up. What's going on? Until the next time, 100% great show. Supporting Dillian at the weekend too. Yeah, dang. Excellent show. Excellente. There's some other stuff that I didn't get into. But hey, you you can only pack so much. You can only pack so much into it. Okay. So, thanks to the amirkhan. Thanks to everybody who took the time out to jump on. Thanks to everybody who smashed the like button. Thanks to everybody who smashed the subscribe button. Thanks to everybody who smashed the share button. Smash that share button. Come on, let's get the shares up. Let's get the shares up. But anyway, in the meantime, it's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comments. It's the shares. And it is the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And we are out. Blessed.
To be honest, I ain't never said it.
Since a youngin'.